Brentford direct. We've got, 46 minutes on the clock, but it's calm, it's light. We've got it patterned. Let me move into the middle a little bit so you guys see me. But yeah, we're back. We're back again. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Beyond Football podcast. We're hitting you guys with gems on gems. Not only footballers on here, but a diverse range of professionals, experts. And today we've got one of the most important, the finances. Your finances, who you're going to leave them to, what's going to happen after your career, after you stop playing football. Today we've got a qualified financial advisor. He's really going to tell us all the ways that we footballers can really take hold of our careers. 50% of players, bro, by the time they've retired, even if they've played in the Prem, played internationally, 50% end up bankrupt, divorced, all these different things. So, Ayo Noble, welcome to the Beyond Football podcast.
Thank you for having me, Daniel. It's a pleasure to be here on the Beyond Football podcast. One of the best podcasts out there. I'm not a footballer, but I'm a big lover of football myself, so it was perfect.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Where we'd like to start is, where did that love for football come from?
From young, from my dad, to be honest. I mean, look, he's, when he was with us, he was a big Man United fan. I'm a Man United fan. Football, he loved football as well. Like, that was his thing, in terms of what he was passionate about and loved. Football was that. One of my early memories is my dad showing me how to do a rainbow flip. So not only was he a footballer, he could play, and he was a skillful type. So even my love for football was, it geared towards people that could do skills, being skillful, not just being basic. So I'll say that's where that came from.
Yeah, no, that's powerful, man. The beautiful game. I feel like I've got a number of, obviously, early memories, man, where I don't know, your dad used to play with the uncles and that.
Yeah. Like, he was actually sick. Like, he was actually sick. Yeah. So, like, all the tricks in the world, that's where I learned how to do it, Like, he was just that not to say he was as good as JJ Okocha, but that type of player, players that enjoy the game, just not
flair,
that kind of vibe.
That's top tier. And in terms of what you do, obviously, financial services, financial advice, life insurance. Talk me through like how that all began. Was that always what you wanted to do?
No, not at all. So I always wanted to be a footballer myself. Of course, that didn't pan out. There's a story for that already. But in terms of
What's the story?
Well, the story is, I pursued it. I was on trial for several clubs, like the likes of Reading, Palace, Brentford, the most recent one. And so, my parents didn't know how the game worked. So they always thought, if you're good enough, they'll find you. Not knowing that it's a bit more than just being good,
Politics, yeah.
So there was that. And in terms of how football went, I went to like a football college. Wildstone was the team, they had the academy, so I did really well there. We won almost everything there was to win as a team. Like, that was a really good team.
You did a scholar at Wildstone?
Yeah.
All right,
so
that's sick.
They were really, like, we were really good. Like, there's players that are professional now from there.
Yeah.
And so that happened. And then whilst I was there, I was playing county level. Now, there was a county game that I played. Now, Brentford came to scout the opposing centre mid, so I play centre midfield. So I was more of like your box-to-box midfielder that could also sit and hold because I had a good passing range, composed on the ball. I could take players on. I could actually run with the ball. So
yeah.
I was just always, I could play whatever role needed to be played. So they've come to watch the other midfielder now. I didn't know Brentford were even there. This is just a game for me. So I've pocketed him. I've smashed him. He's had to come off at half time. So I've bossed the game. I've ran the midfield now.
Crazy.
So Brentford come to our change room and say, oh, do you know what? We actually came for the other guy, but it would be a no-brainer for us to not take you after what you've shown us. So I've gone to Brentford now, been on trial there for a couple of weeks.
What age were you then?
17 at this time.
Oh, nice.
So I'm on trial now. We have the last trial game against the actual players now. We draw 2-2. At that time, Brentford played a diamond. I never played in a diamond midfield. I either played as an 8 or as a 6. Now, playing in a diamond left centre mid, you know, so it's a whole different dynamic. You're basically playing centre mid and on the wing at the same time.
Yeah.
So nevertheless, I got a goal and assist in that game. I think I ripped it because it really was like, do you know what I mean? What more can I do?
Yeah.
In a 2-2 game, like I don't play with you lot at this level. You lot train every day. I'm coming from somewhere where I only train 3 times a week and go to school. You lot do this full time. That's how I always saw it. Like, you lot do this full time. You should be miles ahead.
100%.
So that happens now. And then the head of recruitment comes to make his decision. And he's like, Ayo, I'll be honest. You are better than what we've got. However, because you're 17, we can only offer you a 1-year scholar and a 1-year pro. And I don't think you're ready to be a pro in a year. If you were 16, it'd be a no-brainer, hands down. It'd be done. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. So from there, I just stopped playing football that. Because my mom was also wanting me to go to uni. And at this point, I just thought, am I really going to pursue football all the way to like 20-something? And then I was like, look, let me just forget about it. Uni. Then obviously...
That's the first I've heard that, you know.
Yeah, it's just what it was.
Was it easy to just do that?
It wasn't easy because it's like you do this every day, but, you know, it was just... I just thought... The way football is, like, do you know what I mean? You're seeing Garnacho, these man, like, you're seeing 18-year-olds already in the Prem. At 18, you're not even at a club. So you're already thinking, you know? Well, that's what I was thinking anyway.
You had that realistic perspective.
Realistic, yeah, like, because I'm a realistic guy. I'm optimistic, but realistic at the same time. So I didn't want to be pursuing it and, like, you know, like that. So I just went to uni. I studied business economics. I thought that would be the closest subject to... you know, to help materialize in the real world, because I already thought uni was a scam anyway. Like, you know.
Oh, why?
Because look at the amount of people, like, you never hear about the guy that says, I went to uni, and because I went to uni, now I'm a successful millionaire, or now I'm very, you know, wealthy or something. Like, it doesn't happen. So, and I look at the data and the facts, like, whether more than what I want it to be. Just like football, do you know what I mean? I want to make it, but let's be objective here. Let's look at what it is. The people that make it are people that are in the system already. It's kind of like how work works.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, if you want to go work for Google, okay, where are you coming from?
Yeah, you need to do an internship.
Do you understand? Like, where are you coming from? Like, it's one thing to say, I'm coming from Facebook, I'm coming from Apple, so I'm applying for Google. It's just like how employment works. What work experience do you have? Just like football. What experience do you have? Hence why, you know, people that are released from football, from like the top tier football clubs.
Yeah, find it easier to...
Do you understand? Like, you're coming from Chelsea, so obviously Burnley ain't going to be like, well, you're not good enough to play for us.
True.
It's still a professional team. Same way employment works. Where are you coming from and what are you trying to get based on where you're coming from?
Facts.
So that being said, did that, saw that uni wasn't really, you know.
Yeah, but uni though, I feel like uni is a good investment for the majority of people compared to not going.
Depends what you study.
Depends on what you study, definitely, but I feel like it definitely leaves you in a better position than not going majority of time.
Probably. I mean, majority just has to be 51%. So yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If it's 51% of the time,
that's what I'm saying.
Be it. I think it's good for certain subjects.
Like economics,
it's great
business,
for professions.
Business economics, that's a very good degree to obviously get.
Trust me, I haven't used it.
Yeah, but in terms, it's not that you use it directly. I feel like I'm really of the notion that people use it indirectly. It's not those, not only the exact things you learn. Like, bruv, when do you use y equals mx plus c? Do you get? But it's the technical things, the reasoning skills, all these different skills that you develop in the processes. It's like going to gym. Whenever do you bench press in real life?
Well, I see what you're saying.
Do you get? You bench press to build that muscle. So it's the same as that when you do education, all these courses, you might not take that exact situation into life, but it's that building that muscle.
I understand.
I feel like it's beneficial.
I think there are better things to learn. And that's,
in what way?
So, for example, a lot of people know things that don't benefit them. Right now, you could go ask a random person, give me all the stats on Thierry Henry. He can tell you everything about Thierry Henry.
True.
But tell him to tell you about, you know, what's going to happen when he passes away and what's the family estate going to look like. He doesn't have a clue. It's
true. I agree. People pay attention to all those different irrelevant details without worrying. Wait, they ain't got their own house in order.
So
yeah, that's kind of bummy though.
That's how it feels about it. It's like you can know the stuff, but in terms of applied knowledge that you need, that's actually gonna take you on your day to day.
True.
Why don't you know that?
Yeah, it doesn't give you the practical skills. It gives you the theory. innit?
Theoretical skills. And no one hires on theory. Everyone moves on practicality.
So yeah, it's a scam in that sense. Yeah, I
So
do
unless
agree.
you're going to be a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, like things that without this you cannot function. You cannot actually exercise your your profession. No doubt, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
perfect for that. But when you're going to uni to study a talent, like you're going to uni to study drama, which one of your favorite actors has a drama degree?
True.
So it tells you. That should tell you already where it is. But yeah, we digress. You were saying how
Yeah, no,
I even got into.
It's an interesting conversation because it's a common thing, you know, key things I teach in the school. So a lot of different students, they don't know what they're going to do. And I feel like at that age, you don't really actually, you're quite naive. You don't have a clue about the scope of, like, if I don't pick these options properly, I'm finished. That's the thing, like, of the options you choose in even GCSEs, it affects the rest of your life, ultimately. That's why it's important to have, obviously, good mentors, good family support system, because I don't even, I'm happy that I chose what I've done, but to actually see how that's shaped the direction that I've gone into, I feel like more needs to be done. And I think it's similar to the football world. Players, when they go into the scholar, what's the options? They choose the option of doing the BTEC. But they don't understand that, like this option is going to influence my options when I'm 21, when I'm 30. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what we want to raise awareness for. Cool, you might be a footballer going in to take a scholar, they offer you a contract, but what are your other options? What option is the best option that's going to leave more open doors, more opportunities
For you after.
Do you get?
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man. But yeah, I didn't actually know you bang ball like that, you know.
Nah, I play like I was actually quite good, I'd say. I mean, I still see people now, like imagine that you haven't seen in 10 years.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
first thing they ask is, do you still play?
Crazy.
Like, do you still play? Like, because you were good. Like, even like people that I've met, like, for no other, they know nothing about me apart from this person plays football.
Wow, that's crazy, man. We definitely gonna work together, man. So then, what was the process like? What uni did you go?
I went to London Met.
Okay, nice. Stayed local.
Yeah, so I went to uni to go to uni. I didn't go uni to.
Yeah, that's very smooth.
I was just in and out.
So just work from home.
Well,
or you got in a com?
No, I still lived at home. My mum,
okay.
My mum and everything.
Oh, okay, that's calm. Yeah, that's very smooth. And then that transition, like straight, just cut off after that trial. How did you find that?
It wasn't easy because, you know what I mean? Imagine going from playing football every day to like just do kickabout like now and stuff. So, but over time you just got used to it. I mean, that time just got filled with working.
That makes sense. And during that experience, because I know you said like box-to-box midfielder, all these different skills that you developed from being at Woolstone, banging ball, ultimately. What do you think are some key skills that you developed, obviously from football, that helped you when you went into uni, went into your current role now?
Do you know what? I always say that football's like life, you know, like you could take any analogy from football and apply it to life.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok that used the football analogies for dating?
No, I haven't, you know, but I'm sure it's going to make perfect sense because it's like, it genuinely is like that. Like, you know, for example, say, you know when you say like you don't know how someone's got something, you don't know how something's gonna end. That's like an offside goal. Someone can score right now, celebrate. You're down and out, feeling bad that they got something that, bro.
Offside,
it might be offside. Like, might not even be a goal anyway.
Yeah, I love like, for example, when you're speaking to your guys, and maybe like a group of girls are coming, you just say man on,
literally. man on, turn out.
That's top tier, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, or just say she's a centre back.
Do you know what I mean? Right back, left in the changing room.
But I feel like that football banter and term is top tier, man. It's top tier.
No, it is, man. It is.
Yeah, but are there any like key skills that you say that's really helped you?
Do you know what? The thing about football, that I think one of the biggest things that people don't see but you develop is knowing how to function in both scenarios, which are individually and collectively. Even in the workplace, you have to deliver as an individual so that you keep your job. However, you got to also be a team player. And that's football. That is football. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to do your job, but at the same time, you can't do your job to spite the team. Do you get what I'm saying? That's like being a great talented winger that can dribble. And because you can dribble and beat your man, you now think that you should just be carrying the ball from the edge of your box every single time. That's not how it works. Like, yeah, that's what you do best. And there's an area of the pitch for that. And it's the same, I think that's the biggest skill you can take out from football and apply in real life. Like, knowing how to function individually and doing what you're supposed to do, as well as how to contribute to the team.
Yeah, that is powerful, man. Because, yeah, you just basically sold what every footballer needs to do in interviews now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Literally.
Teamwork. I'm a team player. This is how I've done it. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. And then, so, you know, we recently, obviously, we've had these calls, connected recently. We was at that Project 50 event by Sam on Saturday, which was obviously highlighted the need for mentorship, for a network community. What are some like key things you took away from that day?
I'd say being around like-minded people is extremely important, because we've all heard people say you're gonna be the fifth of the five people four people you hang around with, like you know, and a lot of people sometimes tend to struggle with being supported by people that they just grown up with for a long time. Now the dream is that your childhood friends, all your childhood friends are exactly like you, have the same vision as you, and, you know, want the same outcomes that you do. That's the dream. It's very unlikely.
Yeah.
So then the challenge now becomes, okay, cool, I don't want to be that guy that's forgotten about people, or they say that, you know, I've changed, I've left them behind, but at the same time, you want to be around people that when you say something, you don't seem arrogant. Just because of what you've been able to achieve. And it's like, look, no, it's not that I'm being arrogant. This is just my reality. However, my reality might not be your reality. So you see it as a dig or a slap in the face or whatever. Whereas, no, I also don't want to every day have to...
like dim it down.
Yeah, diminish my light almost. Like, or live, you know, act like I don't have a certain reality when I do.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Just to appease others. So therefore, if you're around like-minded people, similar people of similar stature, mindset, it then becomes, you're then able to even... just
relax and be yourself.
Literally, be yourself, even grow and expand, because, you know, you might, just for the sake of an example, you might, you know, to you, making, you know, 100 grand a week is something as a footballer. If you go hang around with the guys in the Saudi league, true, all of a sudden you're not an arrogant guy no more. It's like 100 grand, I spend that.
It's true, yeah. It's facts. It's powerful, man. These are serious gems. I feel like that's so interesting because it's something that I'm currently navigating in terms of, you know, growing up. You're getting to the age, people are leaving uni. Some people didn't go uni. You grew up in secondary school with your boys. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now it's, you know, life compounds. You know, if you make these decisions as you get older, you get into your 20s, your 30s, these people who've made these decisions, they start to fall considerably behind other people, but you're still boys. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do you manage that in terms of, okay, cool, before, you know, I have boys that you FaceTime all the time, say, oh, what's the next mo, all of that. How do you manage that?
Well, see, that's the key now. You need to be honest. The more honest and open with the communication you have, the less problems you're going to have further down the line. Where people go wrong is they go wrong because of pretense. Pretense attracts the wrong people. So if you act like you're into certain things that you're not into, you're going to attract genuine people that are into those things. So now, as a result, if you now come out and say, oh, do you know what? I'm not really into that. They're going to think that you've changed. Do you get it? Yeah. But really and truly, what's happening is you're actually becoming your real self. So if you're your real self from the beginning, you're then able to attract the right people that are, look, this is what I'm on. Those people that are on that, they're going to gravitate towards you. The people that are not, they're going to, you know, move away from you. But eventually, do you know what I mean? You're not going to have to pretend because this is what I'm on. Now, as far as the friendships that you're talking about, sometimes maybe you might have to put them in separate compartments. So it's like, oh, this is my friend for just vibes and having fun and stuff like that. That's what that is. You can explore and know and check whether that relationship is capable of withstanding, you know, you being like, look, man, you need to
Yeah.
You're better than this. Now, some people can't handle that. Like, some people don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
So therefore, you trying to get them to do better for themselves, you don't want to do that. Just leave it as what they want it to be, which is, hey, look, when it's time to have fun, we have fun. Outside of that, that's all it is. Then you have your other relationships that, can be maybe more wholesome if possible. So you just need to gauge what each person wants, really.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. Compartmentalizing your friendship groups.
Yeah, it's like work. Do you know what I mean? You have work friends that are just...
work
you have
friends.
friendly colleagues. So they don't even work friends. They don't even your friends like that.
Yeah.
But look, when I'm in the office, hey, if I'm going to go out to lunch with someone, it's going to be these people anyway. And that's all that is. Monday to Friday. On the weekends, nobody's talking. Back on Monday, so how's your weekend? We start again.
Yeah, no, it's important, man. But I just feel like there's some people who do that. I feel like it's the way you do it, though. Because there's some people who do that where they go clear and they start acting big time. Which I don't like.
Of course, there's always going to be...
Do you get what I'm saying?
There's always going to be the people that are like that. That's inevitable.
But it's just like...
What's the need?
Yeah. Like, for example, they're doing well in the industry, they're doing this, they're doing that. And now they want to stop answering your calls, all of that. And it's not like you're doing calm as well. Do you get what I'm saying? But then when they need something, they want to contact you.
Speed now.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for me, I just don't understand that, man. It's just crazy, but each to their own, innit?
Each to their own.
So then after obviously this football journey came to a halt, finished uni now, when did what's the right word to use? Epiphany happen in terms of the necessity of what you do now?
Cool. So let me actually take you through the story so that it makes perfect sense. So I grew up in a 2-parent home, mum and dad. I'm the oldest of 3. So I've got a brother and a sister. My dad then essentially passes away when I'm 15, right before my final exams. So year 11 at this point.
Wow.
So that happens. Of course, I'm a 15-year-old kid. I don't know nothing about, financial advice or life insurance at that point. What I do know is the financial toll it takes on the remaining spouse, so on my mum, when you don't have these things in place. So my dad didn't have life insurance. Now, I don't know if he knew. I don't know if someone told him and he ignored it or said, I'll do it later, or I'll put it on a back burner, or if he just never knew altogether. That I don't know. But what I definitely do know is the impact financially it has on a family for not having this thing in place. So luckily we didn't have to go beg on GoFundMe or anything, but I saw the financial impact that it had on my mum. I saw the toll it took, because think about it. You're basically losing half of a family income overnight, but expenses are going up at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? That's like getting a pay cut and then all of a sudden meal deal is now £5. Yeah, your outgoings are going up, but your pay is going down. That's essentially what happened to the family. And, that additional cost was the funeral. Because believe it or not, nothing is free. Nothing. Not the plot of land, not the tombstone, not the casket, nothing. The funeral home always collects, and they collect in full. So that happens. Now you fast forward 7 years, uni, all of that. I don't play football anymore. I go into my first full-time role, which is recruitment. So I have a colleague that comes in every day, just so that you get the picture. This guy is the type of person that he just comes in, minds his business, goes home, Fridays in the pub. So he's not a financially savvy guy, and he's not the loudest. He's a very, very chill guy. Now, I'll never forget, it's like mid-November. He's only been working there for 6 months. He's like 21 now. Mid-November, he just comes in with so much joy, so much pep in his step. Like, it's just abnormal behavior. So I'm thinking, what's going on? So I'm like, yo, what's happening? Why are you so... And he's like, oh, Ayo, I'm actually buying my first property. So guys, I'm thinking, it's bank of mum and dad, obviously. Like, well done for you. That's nice and that, And he's like, no, it's not that. So then my next thought was, well, based on how you manage money, there's no way you've got, big deposit for, anything serious. He must be buying in North England, Northern England, where it's cheap or something. And he's like, no. So I'm like, okay, where are you buying? He said, I'm buying a 3-bed property, detached, 2 garages, a driveway with 2 cars. And this is someone that has no spouse, no partner, no kids. It's just him by himself buying a 3-bed property. Yeah. I'm buying all this up in Tunbridge Wells.
Tunbridge Wells.
Tunbridge Wells.
That's not too far from Bromley.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's the caliber of properties a 21-year-old.
That's like a milli, you know.
So he's like, that's what I'm buying, and it's going to be 350k. So I said, how? Now, the reason why I really respect him here is because he could have lied. He could have told me anything he wants to tell me. Whatever he tells me, that is what I'm believing. Because how am I going to verify that what he's saying is true or not true? He could have said, I work hard. I have 2 other jobs. I do Amazon delivery at night, Domino's in the evening after shift, and I put all the money to... He could say anything.
Yeah.
All I'll be saying is, okay, cool, the guy really works hard. But he was like, no, Ayo, let me tell you what really happened. My granddad passed away 2 weeks ago. He had $500,000 worth of life insurance, stocks and shares. The money has been paid out to my mum, tax-free. So my mum and dad have decided, instead of them waiting to pass away before I get my inheritance, they want to give me my inheritance now so that I have a leg up over my peers, AKA, so I have an advantage over you. I was just like, wow. So I said, cool, how much did your parents give you? And he said, 126 grand. I said, cool. So the difference between my dad and your granddad is that my dad is dying for free and your granddad has decided he's not going to die for free. I said, cool. And then when I looked into it, I was like, raw, so you're telling me the great difference is nothing more than a direct debit. Like your granddad didn't do anything special. He didn't go anywhere. He didn't qualify through any status or, name or race or anything. It's literally a direct debit. So I said, cool. So as that be, when you look into it, it's very difficult to get into the financial services industry. It's not advertised for a reason. You need someone to almost bring you in.
Yeah, why is it not advertised like that?
For obvious reasons.
It's only recently with the Tom campaign, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To get life insurance for dads and that.
Yeah, because think about it. Life insurance is something that benefits your family. That's it. Doesn't benefit the government, just benefits your family. So essentially, your family, you're going to turn an inevitable situation, aka dying, which happens to everyone, rich or poor, famous or not. You're turning that inevitable scenario into a payday for your family. So it's essentially like someone saying to you, hey, Daniel, look, we just brought out this app. Every time you brush your teeth, just tap on the app and you get a penny in your bank account. Now think about it. You've been brushing your teeth for free all this time. You're still going to brush your teeth anyway.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You're going to pass away anyway. Why not have that scenario be something that can leave generational wealth and, of easy cash injection for your family in comparison to that scenario is causing your family to go out of pocket. That scenario is causing your family division. That scenario is causing your family to set up WhatsApp group chats and argue about who's going to pay for your funeral. That scenario is causing your family to inherit your debts because your debts don't die with you in this country. That same scenario do you know what I mean? Is causing your family to go into their own pocket and be down 20, 30 grand. Versus that scenario could be something that enables your family to get 6 to 8 figures. Same scenario, it's just up to you what you do. If you decide not to have it, then great. GoFundMe and, going out of pocket, that's going to be the outcome. It's going to be your money that's spent or their money that's spent. If you do have it, your family's going to get an injection of cash from your provider and they can use a portion of that to deal with the funeral and the rest of that they can spend as they wish.
So you've just sold it then. So why don't most people get it then?
Well, the funny thing is, only 30% of the population are covered.
What?
30% only.
Wow.
If you're over the age of 18, you are able to get this. You're able to literally tailor it as well. Because maybe it could be a reason of things, number of things. One, they don't know about it because, do you know what I mean? The only adverts that you see about insurance is over 50. And the reason that is because that's more profitable for the providers. Okay. Because the older you are, the more it costs. The younger you are, the cheaper it is. So an example, you're 18 years old, £20 a month to get life cover on a term all the way to, like, say, 90. That could, like, assuming you're healthy and everything, that £20 a month will get you like more than $500,000 in a payout. Meaning that all you do is pay £20 a month, just like how you do with your car insurance or whatever. Live your life. If you were to pass away between the ages of 18 and 90, So that could be any age between those ages. Your family gets that $500,000 or more, easy. Now, let's say you're 50, that same $500,000 that you're trying to get could easily be, 90, £100. So as the insurance company, it's better for them if you are naive enough to say, I'm going to wait till I'm old. Because they're going to charge you more. And you're going to end up paying more.
Yeah.
So it could be that obviously no education. Second thing, ignorance. It's the idea or the concept or belief that if I get life insurance, I'm going to die sooner. Rather than seeing it as, no, let me just secure this lump sum or this, inheritance for my family earlier so that it's cheaper for me. Rather than seeing it as, oh, this is something that you do when you're approaching death. You're supposed to see it as, no, I'm just securing something that's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but let me do it at the most cost-effective time possible. So that way, when it happens, I'm not the one that's having to pay, massive premiums. Or another reason could be, apart from not knowing, ignorant, selfishness. Like pure, plain and simple, like selfishness. Because
I don't want to give my future generations all this. I've worked so hard for this. They need to work from the bottom.
They need to start from the bottom, or why am I paying for something they're going to benefit from? Selfishness.
Some people like that, yeah.
Yeah, selfishness, really and truly. Because how I see it, Daniel, is if I say to someone, what will happen to your family if you were to pass away tomorrow? And they ain't got a good answer. So what else are you waiting for in order to, sort that out? Because if you don't do anything, when that question is asked in a year's time, the answer is going to be the same. Oh yeah, they're going to be in a bad position. What happens if, oh yeah, they're going to be in a bad position. Oh yeah, it's true, they're going to end up on GoFundMe. So if you know that, why aren't you doing something to change that?
Tell them again.
So it's what it is, and the funny thing is, the wealthiest people are the ones that get this done, simply.
So that's what increases the wealth gap.
100%. I'll give you an example. Look at Nipsey Hussle and Kobe Bryant. I'll start with Nipsey Hussle. You see all the wealth that Nipsey Hussle had, all the businesses he had. He still had a $7 million life insurance policy. Now, life insurance isn't a thing of either or. It's not, it's either I'm going to leave them, a life insurance payout or property, and you can do both. If anything, having a life insurance policy is going to make sure your family don't end up selling your assets. Because the life insurance payout, that's the cash they need. It's all well and good having a net worth, but you can't take your net worth to Tesco. Do you know what I mean? You can't go to Tesco and say, oh, I'm worth 10 mil. Okay, great. Pay for your shopping. No, I'm worth 10 mil. All right. No, I've got 10 million worth of property. Okay. Your shopping's £100, sir. If you ain't got that, please, to the back of the queue. So that is literally almost free money. Because the premiums that you pay in comparison to what you get doesn't even compare. I give the 18-year-old example. An 18-year-old paying £20 a month from the age of 18 to 90. Let's say they live all the way to 90. Their premiums altogether that they would have paid would probably be like 16 grand. But in exchange, if they pass away at any point from when they start paying, they're getting more than $500,000. So that means that they're paying £20 a month. Let's say they're paying that for a year and then they pass away with it 12 months after payment. They would have only paid £240, but their family's going to now go and get $500,000.
Crazy.
Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. It's key thing I've obviously got from what you said is the importance of being proactive rather than reactive.
Absolutely, because the other thing is they're not desperate for your money. They're not. They reject people all the time. There's people that, and there's one thing that we say is that, insurance is something that you wish to have and not, you want to have and not need, than to need and not have. That's where it is, because trust me, it happens all the time where I tell people, do it now whilst you're young and healthy, you're fit, all is well. This is the time. It's like car insurance. You don't wait to get in a car crash, then start looking for, I've just got in a car crash, can I get insurance now so I can get paid? It doesn't work like that. You're meant to do it when you're fine.
So then, this is what I struggle to wrap my head around. Why do they make car insurance compulsory, but not life insurance? Do they see a car worth them more than your life?
No, they don't, because it's who benefits who. Why would they force you, Daniel? Yeah, think of it as this: why would they force you to leave your family 6 to 8 figures?
So why are they forcing people to do car insurance?
Because they know that people want to drive. Remember, the government has mandated it, so the government gets something out of it. life insurance, they don't get nothing out of it because
What do the government get out of the car insurance?
well, they're the ones, they probably taxing the insurance companies, right?
Yeah.
Whereas and then when those premiums change every year, it goes up or goes down. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not fixed, it's not set. Whereas life insurance, what you decide to pay, that's fixed. Secondly, the payout, if the person was to come to me as their advisor, I'm gonna put it in a trust to make sure that their family gets all that money tax free. So here's how, for example, why they're not gonna force life insurance. See it as this. Everyone has 2 parents, right? And they have 2 parents each. Let's say all your grandparents had $500,000 life insurance. That's 2 million in one generation in your lifetime. Tax free that you're gonna get. Now with that money, you've got more choice. With more choice, you can do more things. You can be more independent of the government. So it's not something that, why would they, do you know what I mean? Imagine every family just inheriting 2 million every generation. That's gonna, it's not gonna be good for them. They're gonna lose power like by the minute. Versus car insurance. Hey, look, it's not by force for you to drive, but hey, if you want to drive, we want to take a piece out of that. And bear in mind, the wealthy people themselves, they have these things in place themselves. Because imagine all your grandparents, let's say they all had life cover to the age of 90. Even on the side, when I asked, how many people here have lost a grandparent before the age of 90? Look how many people can say, yeah, that's money. Like if they didn't have life insurance, that's opportunity lost. You've just lost out anywhere from 2 to 4 million because they could have all had £1 million life cover if they wanted to, or $500,000 life cover. Then imagine parents. Now say you've got siblings. Let's say there's 4 kids and all of you got partners. The next generation could easily inherit, anywhere from 4 to 8 million. Just like that. And all from something that's inevitable, that's guaranteed to happen. And tax-free. Yeah.
Have you heard of Jumping Jack Tax?
Yes. Prince Donnell.
Yeah, top guy.
Yeah, top guy
I followed him for years, I have one of his NFTs. But yeah, he speaks exactly the same thing, but he has a big life insurance company in America, yeah.
Yeah, because it's so simple. And the thing about this year, why I'm passionate about it is because, do you know what I mean? To be on the receiving end of someone that didn't have life insurance and to see the impact that someone whose family does, is so different. Like, it all clicked for me because it's like when I'm watching Homes Under the Hammer or Location and I'm seeing, a 21-year-old boy and his 18-year-old sister buying a property and doing it's like, where'd you get the money from?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is why you see people like, they'll finish uni. Oh, don't worry, I'm going traveling for 2 years to find myself. The money's there.
The money's there. Still.
Whereas for us, you better find yourself employment. Talking about you're going to find yourself. So, and the main thing, like, even for, your viewers, your footballers that might be thinking, well, I've got money already. Like they're going to be good. I've never seen someone say, I don't want more. Think of what you have to do to accumulate that money in comparison to spending 45 minutes to buy it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a no-brainer for footballers, especially Would you know the percentage of footballers that have life insurance or anything? No.
No, I wouldn't know the percentage. But if only 30% of the population have it, then because in their mind they're probably not even thinking about it.
Maybe even 30% of footballers, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're not thinking about it. They're probably thinking, look, I make more than enough anyway. However, for them, if they don't have wills and trusts, all that money that you think that you're making, all you're doing is giving the government 40%.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of footballers have career-ending insurance, stuff like that I've had since obviously West Ham. But I don't know whether they have life insurance in terms of all of that. Because my career-ending insurance was similar to that, like 4 bags or something. If I can't play anymore. But it's interesting. But for me, this is like the perfect analogy for beyond football. Because beyond football and having an identity beyond football is your life insurance. Literally. Because your football career is your life. And if you don't have an identity beyond football and it comes to the situation where you need it, you're in trouble.
In trouble.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why does the system not tell people to...
Because
they benefit from it.
Because the system doesn't benefit telling you to do that.
It doesn't benefit.
You benefit.
You benefit. And this is what we're telling people right now. You better have an identity beyond football, a second plan A. That's your insurance policy to navigate the rest of your life. Because if you don't, then you're going to leave yourself in debt depression, in serious loss, missing out on serious opportunities to advance your life, not only your life, but the people around you's life. Because now you're going to be a burden if you have nothing to sustain yourself outside of your football. So
100%.
so that's how obviously it's important that we collaborate, but it's also important that people wake up.
Literally, like, it's not hard. It's the easiest. Like, sometimes, yeah. I mean, I was saying to you, Daniel, that I'm scared that they will change how it works.
It's just too easy.
Like, I'm sure
I
you
hear
can
it.
testify and explain like yourself,
yeah.
because the questions that you need to answer in order to secure 6 to 8 figures after passing is a joke. It's questions like, have you ever had cancer? Have you ever tried to kill yourself? Have you, like, it's like as I was saying to you, the more no's, the quicker it goes. Like, even when you're doing your applications, it could be easily 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's literally so simple. And that's why it's not pushed out like that. Because there's no requirement to be able to have it. So it's not like, oh, you need to earn a certain amount to get it. You could be a cleaner for all I know. You know, earning nothing more than 20 grand a year. And literally still be able to leave 6 to 8 figures of an inheritance to your loved ones.
It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer.
Literally.
And that's what we're trying to tell people, man. It's a no-brainer to have an identity beyond football. Life insurance can be one of your identities beyond football.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the same way you're passionate about life insurance and that, same way I'm passionate about raising awareness of these things. Because I've seen the effects of people who don't have that football life insurance of having an identity beyond football.
Yeah.
People commit. People take their lives because they just can't seem to find a way out of who they believe they are, what they believe they're supposed to be doing. It's so overwhelming in terms of what society sees them as. Where am I going to go next? Because they don't have the insurance in place.
Literally.
But I've also seen and witnessed how it can be so fulfilling when you have that insurance in place. Right now, I'm living in the best moments of my life now because alongside my football, I have so many different things that I'm in. So now I can enjoy my football. There's not all that pressure, the anxiety, the uncertainty. Oh, where's my next paycheck going to come from? I can now relax because I have other sources of income. I have other things that I can focus on, other doors that are open to me. So you're free. Do you get what I'm saying? In the same way, when you have life insurance, you can live free.
Knowing that if anything happens, whenever it happens, everyone's good. And then what they also can do in terms of what to do today, investing. It sounds boring, it sounds cliche, but it's the fastest way to have your money growing. You know, you got to see your money as little soldiers that you send out on a day-to-day basis to come back with more soldiers.
Facts.
That's what investing does. So, you know, if your footballers are listening, you know, if you're earning an amount that, you know, the average person doesn't earn, that means that you're going to be able to invest an amount the average person doesn't earn without compromising on your lifestyle. So it's not like you got to compromise on your lifestyle. It's just, you know what I mean? Allocate some of that funds to the side so that by the time your career's done, you've let compound interest do its work.
Facts.
You know, if you're going to have a 20, 30 year career or whatnot, what your money can become and grow on the side whilst you're playing, whilst you're doing all of that, all you're doing is just setting up a standing order for the money to be put into X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
By the time your career is done and you look back at that pot, you're good. And you don't have to worry about it. Effortless. It's almost effortless, really and truly.
100%. So yeah, so I feel like we've sold it perfectly, and this one here is a special one. But me and Ayo were setting up a collaboration. So if you wanna, you know, get your life insurance sorted, get your beyond football life insurance sorted, then make sure you check out the link down below. You sign up, you book a meeting with Ayo using the beyond football link down below. Get that sorted, man, because think about your future generations.
Simple, it's easy, and it's free.
That's it, man. That's it. So yeah, anything else you want to leave with them?
Yeah, just remember not to die for free.
That's it. Don't die for free. Listen, there's people out here dying for free. You know how detrimental it is to die. Don't die for free, man.
Don't do it for free.
Is your life really worth dying for free? All the effort, the hard work, especially footballers, all the years you've given up, you've sacrificed to pursue football, for you to not have life insurance in place and dying for free, leaving your family with a hole. Come on, man. Don't be selfish. Don't be silly. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I've got on the Beyond Football top. Let me make sure they can see it properly. Out of here. So you want to get you on soon, man.
Definitely. I need
Check
one.
that out. Make sure you guys check out beyondfootball.uk. And listen, we're only getting 81 downloads on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and follow us there, man. Join us on this journey. Join us on this mission, man. Me and Ayo, we want to change lives. We want to change the dynamics of people's futures. So, yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, till next time. Check Ayo out. Link in description. #BeyondFootball. Hi guys. Right. So I recently just done my consultation with Ayo, sorting out my life insurance, man. It was real quick. We had a quick meeting, 30 minutes, filled out our details. And the key thing is, don't die for free. You know, I didn't have all my family sorted. I've accomplished a lot in my life so far, and seeing me go would be a detrimental effect to my family, leaving them in debt. So I've ensured that my family get close to $500,000 if I die. So you guys make sure you check out the link, and check out the Calendly link in my bio to book a consultation and get your life sorted ASAP, man. Whether you're a footballer or just a normal person, man. Make sure that you don't die for free. Thank you very much, Ayo.